Hi, my name is Jürgen Hohen, and this is pretty much the 16th step or Salesforce steps for basic an API connection, how to do an API or do an external server connection. Let me just do the walkthrough with you right now. So, first thing is you go to setup and there's data integration metrics, data integration, rules, data integration. And then under email, of course, email integration. And then under integrations is API. There's import wizard, external data sources, external objects. You can create one. But we're talking about APIs. So click on that. What kind of API? Right? This is the API WSDL A. You can see that. Unlimited edition. And there's the Apex one. And it will auto-generate a basic one, which you can then customize with ChatGPT. Right? Yeah, works great. And here's the code. Right? This is a REST API code for a web to lead HTML, right? Kind of form. And it's doesn't have the CSS yet, but this is your basic code. So this, you go to here, it generates the Apex versus, generates a partner WSDL. This generates the code here. It looks like this. And then this is what the address is, right? When you look at the address, it's like, what's the Salesforce instance, right? That's NA11. That's North America Data Center 11. What API type, a service API type, API version 41.0, what API subtype, an S object. What object does it work on within Salesforce? It works on the account object. And then the last part is the record. Once you kind of get this becomes clearer to troubleshoot and code. Here, for instance, is, right, let's do an external data source, like hit a Snowflake server or, Anna Maria's server. It doesn't matter. This is a create one. And then as you go down here, what's the connection timeout? What's the type? Salesforce Connect OData 2.0, right? Request row counts, which is good. And then is it JSON or AutoPub? And then down there, what's the certificate, right? And this will generate it. And then when you really want to finish it out, you go to Workbench. Workbench is a great tool. I've used it quite a bit. And you can log right into your sandbox environment or production. And once you're in, you can play around with your API. Here's external data sources, another one. It's not an API, but you're connecting Salesforce to an external data source, right? Here, Files Connect, Salesforce Anywhere, right? Salesforce Connect 2.0, federated search, etc., right? And where are the data sources to import into Salesforce? And here, external services. This is a really fast walkthrough. I've basically told you about the API generator, the Workbench tool to troubleshoot, use ChatGPT to build stuff out, right? And here is another example of where to go, the external objects, etc. JSON and the alike, remember, it's either or. Salesforce likes JSON. And that's pretty much it. As I click through here, you then can choose an API source, MuleSoft, or an API-specific connection, which I prefer. And then as far as APIs are concerned, there are all these reference APIs on this, APIs and integrations, like not code, API reference APIs. So between the generator, Workbench, and API, you're going to be fine as far as creating an API into Salesforce. And here's the Salesforce API Explorer. Here's Workbench again. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day. It really gives you the guidance. Use this and you'll be fine.